Conflicted Chaos
with Rylee
and Emma. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Conflicted Chaos Season 2. Y'all thought we wouldn't be back, but here we are.
I didn't know if we were going to come back.
We had to be approved. Speaking of being approved, we almost weren't.
Emma really dropped the ball.
We were in our interview for Season 2, and the person that was doing our interview was like, well, I saw that you guys had some trouble submitting towards the end of the season.
Yeah, so I edit the podcast, and I usually do it, like, the day or two after, so then, like, know what, if anything needs to be taken out, then, like, it's fresh on the mind. And so I hand it into this folder, like, within, like, a couple of days. So it's always in there, our audio's always there. And, like, she's saying this to us, and I'm, like, my face is starting to turn, I guess you were watching.
Yeah.
And I was, like, ready to fight.
Yeah, but there's also, on top of submitting the actual episode, the audio file, we have to submit a Google form, and it has the episode description, the name of our episode, or the name of the podcast. There's just a few questions in there, and we have to submit that along with submitting the audio file. And that was my job. That was my job. So she's saying, I noticed that you guys were late on the submission, so I just want to know if there's anything we can do. And Rylee was like, no, they were always on time. And I was like, actually, Rylee, they weren't.
So Emma here made a big mistake. And Emma never told me about this.
Because I didn't know you would find out.
These things never got, the last two didn't get submitted on time.
So they're due at, like, I think midnight, right, on the week before. And so there was the last two episodes where I would wake up the next day, and I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot to do the form. So I would do it in bed at, like, 7 a.m. And I was like, there's no way they're going to know, because who's listening to one of our episodes at midnight? Yeah. Between midnight and 7 a.m. Like, there's no way you're going to know. And usually on Google Forms, it doesn't show the exact time someone submits.
Well,
but somehow they found out
the
that
exact time, and
found out that we were late. However, we got renewed. That's what matters.
We're back.
I now have a reminder in my phone, so I will not forget to submit the Google form this time.
Thank God. I don't need that stress in my life.
After the interview, I FaceTimed Rylee, and I was like, Rylee, I thought you weren't going to find out, honest to God. She found out. Guys, don't lie to your friends. Yeah, they will always find out. Don't keep secrets.
Emma learned a life lesson.
I did. Anyways.
But here we are.
Season
Emma's
2.
not going to do that again.
I'm not.
Yeah, Season 2. We went out and tried to do some pictures for... I think it should be noted here that I don't have any audio in my headphones.
We've had some technical difficulties today in the studio. First, the video wasn't working. I actually was on the way to the store to get an SD card, because you can record with an SD card, but it's not as convenient. And I was at the intersection to go to Best Buy, and Rylee's like, Emma, come back. I got it. So she figured it out. And now...
and Emma walked back in the room, and she's like, watch, there's going to be something wrong with the microphones or something. Come back. We don't have audio.
Well, there is audio, but we can't hear it in our headphones. However, I can hear it because it's plugged into something over there.
Emma's got, like, a master audio thing, and I am here just bitter because I don't have any audio.
Yeah, she's mad.
So my headphones are kind of falling off.
She's so mad.
Anyways, we went to get some pictures done for our podcast.
Yes, we did.
And it did not go well.
It did not at all. We got almost kicked out of a restaurant.
Yeah, we went to one of my favorite restaurants in the city. It's a mezcal bar. Not going to name the name, but most people probably know which one it is. Mm-hmm. And so we get there. It was like, we were the only ones there for, like, probably the first 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then, so we're like, and, like, the back room in this bar, it's, like, super funky. It's got, like, some brick. It's got, like, there's a lot going on. There's, like, a picture of Elvis, which Emma really liked.
Yes.
And so we're like, this will be perfect to do some, like, pictures for some of our covers. And then, so I guess 10 minutes go by and people start coming, which we should have started taking the pictures.
We should have started taking the photos when we were there by ourselves. I don't know why we waited.
I don't know either. We had to talk about some things going on.
Yeah, we did.
But so then it gets packed by the time we're, like, finished. So then we like asked for the bill, and it takes like 20 minutes to get the bill.
I'd say even longer. I think we were there for half an hour because I think she forgot.
I think she forgot too, and she was like not the nicest. At first she was nice to us, and then she like started being like kind of rude.
Yeah.
And so then we're like, okay, like let's go like while we're waiting for the bill to go get these pictures. So like we go by like there's like stairs that go down to the bathroom. And like, but we weren't like blocking anything.
No,
like
not
people
at all.
could get by. Like we weren't. So like I was in the stairwell, and then Emma was like getting a picture with Elvis.
Yeah. Insert photo with Elvis.
And so like that went fine. Then it was my turn. And then someone wanted to go down the stairs, which was like fine. Like go down the stairs. And she comes up to us and she's like, "Ladies, this is what did she say? Ladies, this is the hallway for the bathroom." That you're blocking or something. Like,
we
it
would
was
have
super
kindly
rude.
moved to the side for you to get down.
Yeah, we did move to the side.
We did.
And we were like, okay, this is awkward. And she was like staring at us. So we went back to the table.
Yeah, because
And
I had already
she
gotten
had just
my
put
photos.
her bills down too. So I think she was kind of like mad that we weren't there when she wanted us to pay. But like she didn't show up for a long time.
Yeah, well, I got my photos, and we couldn't get Riley's photos because we were being told that we were blocking the entranceway. So we were like, we'll just get Riley's photos at the table. And I was trying to get this photo of her, but there's this like ledge, and there was this vase, and it was like just behind her head. It was this huge vase, and it was like in the way. So I grabbed the vase and I sort of gave it to Riley. I was like, I don't know, put it somewhere.
Well, yeah,
put it somewhere.
but the server is coming as this is all happening, and she takes it from me.
And she literally the waitress takes the vase out of Riley's hand, puts it back on the shelf, and she goes, Are you girls okay?
And we're just dying laughing.
It was so embarrassing.
But she wasn't
though.
like saying like, "Are you girls okay?" Like actually concerned. I think she was concerned, but like she was like rude about it. Like she was like whatever you guys are doing, like you need to stop.
Yeah. Well, we weren't causing any havoc
in anyone's way. We weren't causing. Yeah. It was like
just
we were
trying
just
to get the
moving
vase out of the way for the photo.
And she did not like that.
It was so I pull the vase off the ledge. It's in Riley's hands. She comes over immediately, just grabs the vase out of Riley's hands, puts it back on the shelf. Are you girls okay? And we're
like, yeah.
It was so embarrassing. Like it was like we were causing a scene in this restaurant.
And then we go because we want to go play hockey. And get some video for hockey. Oh no! Well, we got changed downstairs. I got changed downstairs as well. And we were at the restaurant with our hockey sticks, hockey equipment. So like there was a lot going on in our corner. But yeah, so we went to go play. After this, we walked down to like the outdoor ice rink on Bathurst, and we're like, okay, so like there's the rink, and then there's beside was the skating. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to figure out how to get onto the rink.
Yes, we walk around the whole arena,
and we got our white shoes muddy, and it wasn't good.
Turns out the door was right where we started.
Yeah,
I don't know why we didn't.
So
see
then
it.
we go to get on the ice and like walk over to the bench, and this lady stops us and she goes, "Do you girls have helmets?"
No. We don't.
And so that kind of put a damper on that. So then we were like debating what we were going to do.
So we had our sticks, right? Like the goal was to be mic'd up. If you've seen any of our videos on TikTok or Instagram, you know that we like to get mic'd up and do fun stuff like build gingerbread houses, carve pumpkins. We went to the distillery once. We were mic'd up.
Yeah.
So we were hoping to get some footage of us skating around, playing
a little
some hockey. I wanted to body check Riley, but I never got to do that. But because we didn't have our helmets, we weren't allowed to go on the arena portion. But the free
people
skate,
had like pucks and stuff. I guess because flying pucks.
It makes sense. But the free skate portion, which was like an ice pad just beside the arena, it was pretty full. Yeah. And there was a lot of people that were just learning to skate. We didn't sort of want to interfere with that. And then another worker comes out, another lady. And,
who was younger. She was like, she seemed happier. The other lady was an old grumpy lady.
Well, we were getting on the free skate thing, and she's like, you can't get on there with your sticks.
Oh, yeah, because we tried to bring our sticks. And then I kind of fought back because I was like, well, I can't skate. I need it to hold myself up. Because they had the things that like you can hold on to and like ride it, but there was none left. I'm like, I can't skate.
And we didn't have pucks with us either. And so then we're like, well, we don't have helmets. And she's like, oh, and I was like, we're just filming something for a project. Like, do you mind if we just go out for a few minutes to get some footage? And she's like, okay, but you guys have to be quick. So we got about what, 3 or 4 minutes of us on the ice.
Yeah.
And then we were booted off.
Well, we saw, so she kept she did not move. She was watching us basically the whole entire time.
Yeah.
And then she like left for like a little bit, or maybe like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then came back, started watching, and I'm like, Emma, we're gonna get kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
And then she brings out her little friend, her old lady, and then she's staring at us, and I'm like, Emma, we gotta go.
We gotta get off right now. But I think it turned out okay. Then we were just free skating. Rylee Supermaned
I did.
at the free skate. Are your knees still bruised?
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh my god, they are bruised.
They are bruised.
Wow.
This one's not as bruised.
All for the podcast.
All for the things they do.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I did see it.
Okay, good.
It was fun, but I think next weekend it's supposed to be -10 or something like that. I think we should go out in full gear. I think that'd be hilarious.
That would be great if I was here.
You're in LA.
I'm back to being on a living out of a suitcase.
Hopefully by the time you get back, there's still a few days where we can get
I know,
out.
that would be nice.
Or there might be like some shinny in an arena somewhere in Toronto.
I'm sure we could do that.
We could figure that out.
Yeah.
Well, and do you know what actually made me not mad, but kind of like when we were on the free skate portion, there was someone on there later on that didn't have a helmet on, and they were just skating around the arena.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had
Emma was mad about this.
stick.
She kept bringing it up.
I wanted to play some hockey. But it makes sense because flying pucks and it's a liability.
Yeah.
They wouldn't want anyone to get hurt, so.
That would have been bad if there was another injury.
Yeah. We've already had one injury.
I know, yeah.
That's enough for like 3 seasons of conflicted chaos.
I think so.
Yeah.
For season 4, though, there's got to be something.
Season 4, there'll be something for sure.
This time next year.
Speaking of pucks, I think we have to bring this up.
Yes.
So Rylee and I were at the TMU hockey game with one of our friends and her boyfriend. And she's gonna hate me for telling this story. We were sitting, and a flying puck comes at us. We're in the stands, and I'm like, heads up, guys, heads up, puck's coming, and it sort of falls right in front of my friend's boyfriend, and he gets up and he grabs the puck, and my friend already has a puck in her room, and I was like, no way, like I want a TMU puck.
Emma doesn't get anything, if you don't remember.
Yes.
Emma's never gotten a t-shirt. She's never gotten like a towel that's been thrown at a game. She's never gotten anything. But she did at the Santa Claus parade get her
lip balm,
her chapstick. But
Prime Video.
She doesn't get anything. So she wanted this puck. And what does the boyfriend do?
Pockets it.
He keeps it. And then they're like, oh, now we both have pucks. No, you're not going to have any use for this puck. We were going to go play hockey the next day. Why do you need the puck?
Yeah. And I thought, because if it was the other way around, I would have been like, oh yeah, I already have a puck, like, take it, you know?
Yeah.
But, no.
He kept it. So, I'm not a fan of him.
Not like I saved him from getting hit by a puck or anything.
No.
Not like I went heads up.
Yeah. But, whatever.
Well, we're just going to have to go back. I'm going to get 3 pucks, and I'm going to keep all of them.
Yeah, just start a collection. I don't think you're going to get any, though.
I don't think so either.
Oh.
I don't know. One day I'm going to get a t-shirt, and it's going to be, like, the best day.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be, like, a lame t-shirt with a hole in it.
I know. It's going to be like some dentist thing.
Yeah. Oh, God.
What else were we going to talk about? There's a few other things.
Well, we watched Saltburn.
We did watch Saltburn.
And, yeah, I watched it with my friend who had already seen it. Because I was like, you have to watch this movie. Because I'm not a movie person, but I was like, you have to watch this movie with me. And she's like, you're going to make me watch that whatever show it was. And I was like, yeah, I am. And she's like, I've already seen it. She's like, it's the worst movie I've ever seen.
I know a lot of people that actually really like Saltburn. Like, yeah, genuinely.
But I was watching it with her, and the whole time she was, like, complaining, like, whatever. She's like, this is just horrible. So I couldn't hear everything.
Yeah.
Because I had, like, complainer in my ear. But I didn't mind it, actually.
It was interesting. What was the scene that made you the most surprised? Because on TikTok, I had heard a lot about the bathtub scene, and it was pretty, I mean,
the most surprised I
But-
was the graveyard scene.
That was mine.
But he also, like, that wasn't in the script.
No, it wasn't.
He just did it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, if the director was like,
I can just imagine the.
but
like,
I guess
the
they were like,
director.
bravo, that was needed.
The improv. The improv. I was watching that scene and I was like, I knew what was going to happen. I could just tell what was going to happen.
I didn't.
And I was just sitting there like, I sent Rylee a photo of my face actually watching that scene and she's like, you're red. And I was like,
because
I know.
I think you watched it, so we watched it the same day. You were just like an hour ahead of me.
Yeah.
So I was like behind, yeah.
Yeah.
I did like the ending scene where he's running around naked.
A lot of people were thinking that it was a prosthetic. It was not, I don't think.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
didn't
I
hear
wonder
that.
how many like takes of that they had to do. Because just like technically with the cameras, it's a one-shot
Yeah.
thing. So I wonder how long he had to dance around for.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was an interesting
I'm sure it's
movie.
somewhere. We could have found that.
I what would you rate it? I would give it personally. I would give it.
I'd give it maybe like a 6.5.
For me, it wasn't my cup of tea, so I guess I'm being a little biased. I personally wouldn't watch it again just because it's not. I don't know. For me, it wasn't the kind of movies that I like to. I would give it a 4 out of 10. Like it wasn't what I like to watch. I know a lot of people that do genuinely like the movie. It's sort of the same vibe as Midsummer for me. I don't like Midsummer. It's a little too gruesome. It's with Florence Pugh. It's that sort of gruesome cult movie.
Oh.
Those kind of movies just aren't for me. But I know a lot of people that do like Midsummer. So it just depends on what kind of movies you like.
I was actually gonna watch it last night to be prepared for today because I was like, I felt like I needed to watch it.
Midsummer?
No, not
Saltburn.
Midsummer. Saltburn.
Oh.
I felt like I needed to rewatch because I like complainer in my ear. I needed to like actually experience it, but I didn't rewatch it.
No.
Maybe I'll watch it on the plane tomorrow.
Oh, just like, what if you have like an old couple behind you? Like a senior
I can
couple?
put it up. Anyone want to watch with me?
What if you're sitting beside, like an elderly
Nothing
man?
weird happens till like at least halfway through.
That's true. That's true.
So like I could watch like I don't know. I got 2 flights tomorrow, so
2 flights.
yeah.
You have a crossover.
Yes.
Where are you? So you're going to Charleston?
I'm going to Charleston, but yeah, so I fly from Toronto to Charlotte, North Carolina, and then Charlotte, North Carolina to South Carolina.
Oh. Sounds like a great time.
But I only have an hour layover, so I'm kind of nervous that that's not going to be enough time.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's
So,
okay.
yeah.
How long's the flight from North Carolina to South Carolina?
I think it's like under an hour.
Yeah, not very long.
And then my flight to North Carolina is like just over 2 hours.
So you're
it's
not in the air very long.
No, I leave at 6 a.m. and I arrive in Charleston at 10:45.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So that's like at 2 o'clock.
Reading week, actually. We're both traveling.
We are.
That's fun.
You're going to Florida?
I'm going to Florida. You're going to LA and then back home, right? To
Yeah, I'm going
Vancouver?
to LA. I leave. Yeah, I come back from Charleston on Monday. Go to LA on Friday. Come back on Monday.
Like I
and
said
then
before, you were always on a plane.
Come back to Toronto on the Thursday because my friend from back home, she's coming back with me.
Oh, nice.
Gonna do a little weekend. But on my flight home from LA, I messed it up. I don't mess up flights. I like to be on a schedule.
Right, you were stressed.
I like to be like I plan things very far in advance, and I like to have like it all like worked out. And I never mess up.
Rylee and I have one of the same classes together, and she came in and she looked so stressed, like so stressed. And then she texts me later in the day and she's like, I'm so sorry. I wasn't really much help today. I've just been so stressed. It's been such a bad day. And I was like, because of the flight? And she's like, no, that was just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I wasn't having a good day. But so I looked at my calendar for some reason on the Monday after I'm supposed to come home from LA, and I had a flight because like my calendar automatically like puts my flights into my calendar, and I had a flight coming home from LA at 8, and I'm like, no, that's wrong. That's
Yeah.
wrong. And I like went on. I'm like I must have like something must have happened, and so we booked these flights on Boxing Day, and we may have been overserved on Christmas Day, and so my mom and I were like booking these flights. It was all me. My fault. And I look, and I'm flying home from LA on February 26th. And a week after, I'm supposed to be flying home.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh my God. So I called my mom. I'm like, Mom, when is your flight home? Because I booked them separately, but I was like, if I was in that, like, trying to figure out if I, like, booked hers too.
Yeah.
And hers was right. And so she leaves at 8 p.m. on the Monday. And then I checked my flight there because I'm like, oh my God, have I booked up the whole wrong thing? No, I just booked my flight home wrong. So then I find, like, flights are going up. And so, like, I find this flight on this, like, random website, same time. It's like, so I book it. And then it's like, Kate, like, you're all good. 2 hours later, we were, like, in class. And they emailed me. They're like, the flight fare has gone up. So so they are not, they're refunding your flight. And I was just like, oh my God. So now I fly home 8 hours before I think it's 9 hours before my mom.
So that's pretty much like a day you're losing in LA.
I'm losing a whole day.
How long are you in LA for? 5 days?
Friday to Monday.
Oh, not even...
No, it's like a short trip, but...
Oh, wow, that sucks.
I know.
You're losing
so my mom's, like,
whole
living
day.
my dream.
Yeah.
Of just, like, being able to go out by herself.
By yourself.
Yeah.
Darn. Well, I mean, at least you were able to get a flight back in general.
Yeah. So I get back.
That's
I
the
get more
important
time
part.
with Stan, so...
Yeah, that's good.
That mattered, yeah.
That's good.
He'll be thrilled. But you're going to Florida.
I'm going to Florida. Yes, I am. I think it's just going to be a very chill week. Beach days, pool days.
Get tan.
Get
tanned.
Burnt. Well, actually, it's been quite cold in Florida recently. Especially when it was like -10 up here in Toronto. It was quite cold down there in Florida. So hopefully it's nice enough weather to be able to actually sit on the pool deck or have at least one nice beach day. I think we're going to do a lot of shopping to just chill because we're not there for very long. We're only there for 7 days, including travel time.
Are you going to go to any games?
We usually go to a Tampa Bay Lightning game when we're down there, but we're not this year. Again, just sort of hanging out, going into town.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Very little chill. Trip down to Florida.
Yeah. If I don't come back with a tan for whatever episode we film after we go.
Oh, so the IKEA in Florida sells IKEA bucket hats.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
So you want one?
Yeah, I mean, if you happen to be at an IKEA in Florida, they sell IKEA bucket hats.
I'm going with my...
I think they're free, too.
I'm going with my friend, and she wants to go to Target because she's never been to Target, or Target.
She's never been to Target?
Never been to Target.
Oh, wow.
So I think we've got to make a trip out to Target.
Is there a Target close by?
I think so, yes, there is. We actually don't go to Target.
Is there an IKEA close by?
I've never been to an IKEA, and I've never been to an IKEA in Florida.
They're like the bucket hats, you know, like the IKEA bags, like the blue IKEA. They're bucket hats made out of that.
Yeah, do you remember when did Target ever come to Vancouver?
It did, yes.
Yeah, so Target came to
it didn't last long.
Like Ontario. It didn't last long at all.
It took over all of our Zellers.
Yeah, and so. I mean, I think I went to the Target that was close by to me maybe once or twice, but that was it because there was just no stock.
It was brutal.
They were empty and back.
Yeah.
Back they went to the States. They didn't last long here.
Yeah, I went to Target over the summer when I was down in the States. It was a fun experience.
Yeah. It's nice. They really have everything there.
I think we went to like 4 Targets because my friend. We went to the Kelsey Ballerini concert, but my friend wanted a Stanley cup, and they sell them at Target.
Do you like Stanley cups?
No, I don't really care about them.
I don't either.
But yeah, she made us go to Target. So many different Targets. It was just like,
just to get a
she
cup.
never found a Stanley cup. Well, there was like one, but it wasn't like what she wanted. But
I have to be honest, if I was in high school and this Stanley thing was going around, I probably would have had one. Probably 100%. But now I think. They're pretty, like, they leak a lot from what I've seen. If you flip it over, it leaks. Which, I mean, it is a cup with a straw.
I've seen one in person. I know, I only know, like, actually one person that has it.
Has one? I was actually at my little brother's hockey game on Christmas break. And I was sitting at the arena. I drove him to the hockey game because my parents weren't feeling well, and I was there by myself, and I was sort of in the warm room area watching him play, and there was a group of, like, I want to say 3 or 4 14 to 15-year-old girls in there, and they all had Uggs, they all had Lululemon, they had their Stanleys, And I was like, that probably would have been me in high school, following all the trends. But it was just so funny. They looked all the same. They had the same
everyone
vest.
dressed-
They all had their TNA vest. Yeah. Yeah. The fads.
What's a fad?
How do you feel about Uggs?
I've never been actually, I guess I had them in elementary school.
Me too.
But, like, that's it.
Well, actually, I never had Uggs because my mom refused to buy me actual Uggs because
Oh,
they
yeah,
were
I
too
never had the
expensive.
real, yeah.
Because my feet would grow. I mean,
Yeah.
totally understandable. So I had the cheap Walmart ones, and I wanted them so bad because I remember every single one of my friends had a pair. Everyone and their mother had a pair of
Yeah.
Uggs when I was 6 years old, and I wanted a pair. And now they're back in style again, and I feel like they're just so unpractical, especially
Yeah.
for the city.
And Toronto.
Yeah.
My mom had a pair of Uggs, and she'd wear them to, like, hockey games and stuff. But I think she had these Uggs for, like, 10 years.
Yeah.
And, like, finally, and she'd, like, wear them walking Stan and stuff, like,
Yeah.
just, like, while it was cold. And, like, finally they got, like, a hole in them and, like, started getting too much water. And she finally got rid of them.
Yeah.
But she had them for years. Like, the same black Uggs, and they were just, like, so worn out and so gross.
Yeah. I think if you have Uggs, you really have to waterproof them, especially if you live in Canada. Because I've seen that if you get them wet, they're sort of ruined. They're done for.
Oh.
And they're so expensive.
Yeah.
I have Ugg slippers, and they actually are quite nice, but I only wear them around my house.
I don't like my feet getting too warm, you know?
No. I only wear them with socks.
I'm a sockless person.
I know. Every time I come over, you open the door, there you are with your dogs out.
Well,
I think we're at our time.
I think we are too. Well, that was fun.
That was a very chaotic episode.
There was a lot going on there.
I really am excited for season 2 because we're going to talk more just about pop culture, what's going on in our lives,
Yeah.
funny stories. It's going to
Kinda
be
like
a lot less laid back.
Yeah. Or a lot
Yeah.
less well, it'll have some structure, but it won't be as, like,
It won't be as
we're only talking about this.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next week for episode 2 of season 2. Wow.
Well, that's exciting.
That's exciting.
Woo!
Woo. See ya.
Bye.